After Monday mayhem, it's a morning of calm in Bengaluru and other parts of Karnataka. We're getting reports that additional security forces, as they're deployed, citizens remaining mainly indoors. Not much movement on the streets in the morning. That's been reported as Section 144 is in place in Karnataka. Also, appeal coming out from Karnataka Chief Minister to maintain calm. We talk all about it. My colleague first, Jugal Purohit, reported what's the situation while he travelled from the airport to the KPN depot, where we saw over 40 buses were torched by protesters yesterday. Take a look.
This is the stretch which has seen the maximum number of incidents of violence, of arsoning. We also saw that extremely infamous and shocking visual of the KPN depot being completely gutted. 35 buses is the number that we got yesterday. Today I'm told that the city has better policing, the administration is better placed, and there are close to 15,000 people, or rather security personnel, who are on ground to maintain peace and to ensure there is no repeat of yesterday. What we will do now is we will start on this particular route, the worst affected route, and take you right through to the KPN depot just to see what are the kind of arrangements and what's the situation existing. इधर 144
इधर लिमिट
ओके
पुलिस लाठीचार्ज हो गया
अच्छा
10 मिनट
आपको बोला है बंद करने के लिए
हाँ, पुलिस ने बंद किया
पुलिस ने बंद करने को बोला
पुलिस ने बोला है हाँ अभी मूविंग था पेट्रोल अभी वो पुलिस वाला आते मन क्लोज कर दिया
ओके
पुलिस ऑर्डर
They don't necessarily have to be seen so as to be effective, but what we are seeing right now is a semblance of normalcy. Many shops are open, people are moving around, there are auto rickshaws on the road, and as you can see, there are people who are waiting for essential supplies out here as well. In fact, they are protesting that the pump is not open when they are already here to purchase fuel. One thing, however, that needs to be said is that all along in our journey from the town hall till this point, we've not seen any police presence whatsoever. But as I said, they do not necessarily have to be seen to be effective. It does seem that at least for now, there is a semblance of normalcy, even though, I repeat, the police administration is nowhere to be seen. Shops and establishments that we saw along this particular highway between Bengaluru and Mysuru were shut. There is this temple which is open, and it looks as if there has been no problem whatsoever. Let's try and speak to a few of them.
ये तो ओपन किया हुआ है, कुछ मालूम नहीं अभी क्या होता है मालूम नहीं।
अच्छा, लेकिन बाकी सब तो बंद है, तो आप लोगों ने ओपन किया है?
हाँ, मंदिर ओपन हुआ है ना, इसलिए हमारा मंदिर का व्यापार है ना, इसलिए मंदिर को लिए ओपन किया है।
Till about yesterday, this was a part of Bengaluru which very few people, perhaps those in the neighborhood and with some reason to know, knew about this area. But today it is in the national limelight. This is the KPN depot, the images of which shocked the entire country and actually brought to the forefront the extent of devastation, the extent of the administration's complete absenteeism in terms of tackling these protests is concerned. We're here at the site and you can see that there is normalcy, but it is still smoldering. The smoke still is emanating. The air is thick with that stench out here at the KPN depot. They came inside a civilized area, a place where people stay. They managed to do all of this, and they also made their way out. Of course, this was a way of inflicting economic damage upon someone who had links with Tamil Nadu. Most of the buses that we see out here had Karnataka registration. But as I said, today is a different day. The administration is promising a more effective presence. It is promising a better day. We'll have to see how it goes. There is normalcy around us, but in terms of police and administration's presence, unfortunately, the situation has not changed much. We conclude our journey, which started from the town hall, and we end up here at the worst affected site of the violence which hit Bengaluru at the KPN depot. With camera person Shiva Gurumurthy in Bengaluru, Jugal Purohit reporting for India Today.
An uneasy calm today morning is what Bengaluru is waking up to. So Jugal sent us this report from Town Hall up till the KPN depot. My colleague Ashish has sent us this report from Mandya, which had seen protests yesterday. It's a hotbed of protests being near the Kaveri Basin. Here's the update.
Right now, situation you can see behind me, police deployments are there, and right now situation is calm. But I can say an uneasy calm is prevailed in this particular city. We spoke to the local administration. They are saying that they are very much prepared to tackle any kind of situation, as well as the state government is also saying that they have deployed some 15,000 police personnel in the state to maintain a law and order. In Mandya, Ashish for India Today.
My colleague Ashish is joining us from Mandya now. So Ashish, first take us through what kind of security preparations are there, and also tell us whether today we see the interconnecting buses plying in and out of Mandya.
Right now, Davina, you can see behind me a flag march is going on. Paramilitary forces, apart from state governments, anti-riot forces are here. Almost 200 plus police personnel are on road right now in Mandya. Definitely they are maintaining vigil here. They are trying to bring back normalcy. You can see few shops are closed while a few are open. People are here almost now kind of saying that yes, the peace is back, normalcy is back. You can see this long march of security persons in the road of Mandya city. If we talk about the public transport, state transport, buses are still not running. KPSRTC, the state-run owned transport department, has removed buses from flying particularly to Tamil Nadu. And if we talk about Mandya division, of course here also state transport run buses are not flying. But now we can see here shops are open, people are here, and yeah, we can say normalcy is returning on the streets of Mandya. Devina.
You can see behind you there are trucks also moving in and out. So transport services are coming limping back in the streets of Mandya, because that's one place where it's seen maximum protest. Yesterday also there were reports of trucks were targeted by the mob. But what about the locals? Have they ever witnessed such kind of upheaval? Because they've seen Kaveri water row earlier, they've seen the protests. In 2002 also we had similar situation, but to such an extent that it blows up, have they seen it earlier as well, with the rapid action force coming on the streets and doing a flag march?
Definitely, if you talk about Mandya city, it always been an epicenter of this Kaveri water dispute protest. And right now, that's why this huge deployment, these trucks are of security personnel trucks, police vehicles they are conducting a flag march in the street of Mandya to ensure safety, security. And of course, yesterday also the city witnessed a few violent incidents, few violent protests. And that's why today, particularly after Bangalore incident, now a local administration is trying their level best to bring back normalcy in this particular city of Mandya.
What about the miscreants also? Have the perpetrators been identified, the groups that have been identified? Has there been any outreach by the state administration to different stakeholders in the society which could appeal for calm?
We talked to the local SP. He said that they have identified few of the attackers, few of those persons who were involved in the violent protest. 3 persons so far, however, has been arrested, as conveyed us to the local SP. And but they are saying that they will not let anyone to do any kind of violence, and that's why these kind of flag march and protest is happening. And almost you can see behind me. This is the situation of the city. After this flag march, almost all the shops are open, and it looks like city is getting back its life.
So Ashish, when you were talking, there was a family which went on a bike behind you. Now Onam celebrations are around the corner. Now festivity would have taken a different color if Kaveri water row had not erupted. So compared to what could have been a normal situation on Onam, what we're seeing on our screens right now is many shops with shutters down still. Do we see that locals are slowly and steadily coming back, more and more people coming on the streets, continuing with their Onam shopping as the day progresses, with security forces now visibly there on the ground?
You can rightly mention, look behind me, the flower shop. The shopkeeper is selling the flowers to the locals. If we talk about these few shops who are closed, definitely these are those people perhaps who are still worried about their property and who are kind of still fear some kind of, they have some kind of fear. But more or less, the city is opening. Life is returning on normal track. You can see the traffic. And of course, the local administration is also putting their effort. However, I can say it's late, but not too late. Now the local administration has got the paramilitary support, as well as the local police is also on road. Right wing of Karnataka police is also on road. They are doing their duty. Definitely, it's late, but not too late. Now our city is getting its life. That's the good news from Mandya.
Absolutely a welcoming news from Mandya. Ashish, be with us. Cutting across right now to Venkaiah Naidu, where centre stepping in the Kaveri water row.
Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, in the wake of the direction of the Honorable Supreme Court on Kaveri waters to Tamil Nadu, is quite disturbing. Such violence cannot be justified on any ground. Violence and destruction of property ultimately impacts the life of the common people. They will be the worst victims. A large number of both the state people live in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, have been making significant contribution to the development of the state of their choice of living. If they are living in Karnataka, they are making contribution to Karnataka. If they are living in Tamil Nadu, they are making contribution to Tamil Nadu. They should not be made to feel insecure. It is the constitutional right of every citizen to reside in any place of their choice. Violence and counter-violence would only further complicate the matter, and it will not lead to any solution at all. So both the state governments have to take effective steps to check the violence immediately. Both the CMs have gone on record that they are taking all the effective steps. I fervently appeal to both the people of both the states to immediately cooperate in ensuring peace and normalcy. Issues cannot be decided on streets. I appeal to both the state governments and also leaders of various political parties in both the states to take necessary measures to stop violence and ensure protection to the people from other states. I have a special appeal to the media, particularly electronic media, to exercise restraint while reporting the incidents in both the states, highlighting such incidents visually and continuously, and otherwise might incite further violence. I have received calls from many people, well-meaning citizens, asking me, sir, what is it the government is doing? Continuously such incidents are being highlighted and repeatedly they are shown. That's why I am appealing to the electronic media, please show restraint do not continuously show the same visuals of arson or other related incidents. You are a free media, you have got every right, and there is freedom of press available in the country. At the same time, we are all citizens of the country. We have a bounden duty towards the safety and security of the people and the country, and the need to protect the social harmony. It is the combined responsibility of the government, people, and also media. Keeping that in mind, I appeal to the media, please show restraint and see to it that such things are not repeatedly shown. And I also appeal to the media, while covering the news in between, please, you also appeal to the people at different intervals, asking them to maintain peace and not to provoke each other. No common man has done anything wrong by himself. The issue is pending somewhere that has to be resolved either mutually by both the states talking to each other, or they should go by the verdict of the court or approach further for appeal, if any. That is the only way. So I request the people of Karnataka and people of Tamil Nadu, please cooperate and see to it that the peace is restored immediately. This is the appeal I want to make. My दोनों स्टेट्स में जो स्थिति आज है उसके बारे में मैं सबसे विनती करना चाहता हूं, कृपया साधारण स्थिति लाने के लिए, शांति बने रहने के लिए हम सब लोग मिलकर पूरा प्रयास करना चाहिए। और मेरा अपील मुख्य रूप में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया से ये है, जो घटनाएं वहां हो रहे, वहां हिंसा हो रहे, उसके बारे में ऐसा घटनाओं को बार बार दिखाने के कारण से प्रोवोकेशन बढ़ रहे।
Venkaiah Naidu, the Union Minister, also asking for peace and calm between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, reaching out to people, and this when there have been additional forces deployed from the centre in Karnataka. We continue with our coverage on the Kaveri water row and getting you the latest update from both Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Stay with us, taking a short break, coming right back.